Hey guys, what is up? It is Castle Perfect here once again bringing you a Pokemon Black 2 Wi-Fi battle match. This is against SBP33. I was on the Smogon forum and I was visiting the battle finder of Smogon forums, and I ended up battling this guy. It was kind of random because I also have this guy on my Skype account, which means I can also talk to him on Skype, so that was kind of random. So we've had our rematch right here. This is a PU match, and all I can say right now is this was a very good match, down to the wire. So let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, I'm gonna lead up with Coco version 2. Now this Monferno, I got it from Tommy, aka Pyrotoss on YouTube. I will leave a link in the description. All credits go to him. Even though I somewhat modified his Monferno to my likings, and that's exactly what happens here. Now he's going to use Basculine as I send out my Monferno. He's gonna go for the Aqua Tail, and I do in fact have the Focus Sash, so I basically counter his ass and take him down. He's gonna send out his Simipair right here, which is a fire type, and I am going to make a switch because I do only have 1 HP on my Monferno. I want to preserve the Monferno because he's got a few Pokemons that are weak to him. So that was a very good play on my part. He actually predicted my switch into Tentacle and goes for the Hidden Power, probably Electric. And right here I thought he would go for Switch, and that's why I also switched into this guy. But instead he took the opportunity to go ahead and set up Nasty Plot. I'm gonna go for the Psychic. I thought I would KO it because in fact Simipair doesn't have the best special defense, and not only that, I also have choice specs on this guy. Once again, this is a Pokemon that I got from Pyrotoss. Link will be down in the description. The fact that I did not use the team that I self-created was because I don't have time to create one. So that is basically why. So anyways, I'm gonna send out Grim, which once again is one of his Pokemons. And I'm gonna go for the Sucker Punch and punch him in the face and take him out. I get a Moxie Boost, which gets me 1+ attack, +1 attack actually, and he's gonna send out the Vespic right now. At this point I'm thinking he's probably going to attack me with attack orders, which is a bug type attack, physical attack too. That might finish me off, so I just made a better decision to switch out and send out my 50 cent, and he's gonna go for the U-turn instead. That was a very good play on his part because he basically predicted my switch, of course, because I wouldn't stay in against something like that. So he takes the advantage of that and goes for the U-turn, sends out his Tropius, and this thing was one of those nerve-wracking Pokemons that sometimes I have to face. It is not the easiest Pokemon to take down, especially when you don't have something that can take it out right away, and you give it the opportunity to set up a substitute. Now, as you can see, set up substitute, and I set up Stealth Rocks, which are gonna help me out in the long run, and you will see why. So I'm gonna make a switch here into Tentacle because I basically thought, no, this is probably one of those sub-leech seeders, so I might better be off switching into Tentacle, and that's exactly what I did because I do have Liquid Oz, and that works in my favor. So I basically forced him out to switch, and he goes out into Herdier, which gets the Intimidate on me, which doesn't really matter because honestly, Tentacle is not made to actually attack on the physical side. It does go for a special defense side, which is basically makes him a wall. But nonetheless, I go for the Scald here against the Herdier, and I was hoping for the burn, but I do not get it. He goes for the Frustration and does a shit ton of damage. Another Frustration is gonna take me out. I do, in fact, go for another Scald because I don't need my Tentacle anymore. I have already calculated the rest of the match. So I think I'm in a very good position to, sacrifice Tentacle and indeed send out Coco version 2. This Coco is definitely the star of this game because it does a lot of damage to his team. It basically is the star player of the entire match. So I go for the close combat to take out his Herdier, which is very good because that thing had Evilite when I knocked it off with Knockoff when I was using Tentacle, and it could be a potential threat to my team, but now it's out of the way. Now he's gonna set out the Slide part right here, and this thing, I never thought that it would be such a powerhouse. I mean, full play with Life Orb, oh my god, that did so much damage, it's unbelievable. It brings me down to 39 HP on my Kingler because I decided to go for Kingler because Kingler's got one of the best defenses on my team, and I thought I could take it. So I'm gonna go for the Sword Dance here, get my plus attack, plus attack, 2 plus attack, whatever, I don't know. Anyways, he's gonna go for the substitute. I'm gonna take him out with a Crab Hammer. I actually thought that he would go for Sucker Punch, but right here I basically predict him all over the place. I was all over the place with my predictions. He goes for Sucker Punch. I did know that he was about to go for that, so that's why I go for Sword Dance. Right here I knew he would go for another Sucker Punch, which did not work in his favor because I go for another Sword Dance. And at this point I was like, I guess it's time for me to go for an attacking move. And indeed he goes for the Substitute, which works in my favor because right now I go for the Flail and take out his Substitute, and I'm in a very good position so far. I know for a fact that he's gonna take me out with a Sucker Punch sooner or later, but as long as I can pretty much prolong this a match against this Liepard, things will definitely go my way. So he goes for the Sucker Punch as I go for the Endure. I basically knew that at this point I could wage, going for another Endure and getting hit by full play, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to attack this guy, and if he goes for a Sucker Punch, it doesn't really matter. So I send out my Grim right now. He's gonna go for a Swagger. Now I did not predict this move at all. He took me off guard again, so that's kind of unfortunately. Now my Grim is gonna hit himself in the face, which is unfortunately, and I'm gonna be forced to switch out basically, because if he goes for another Sucker Punch and gets me, that's definitely gonna take me out because of the Life Orb. And if it doesn't take me out, I am not 100% sure that I will be attacking on the next turn because of the confusion that he got upon me with the Swagger. So my better choice was to make a switch into 50 Cent and make 50 Cent, take the hits. And as you can see right now, he's got Life Orb and he's getting recoil for every time that he actually hits me. Now at this point I'm like, I hope he goes for another full play instead of Swagger. But he made a smart choice to go for another Swagger, and that is definitely gonna allow me to hit myself in the face once again, I think. Oh, apparently I did not hit myself in the face this time. I go for an Earthquake and take out his Liepard, which is pretty good. Actually, 50 Cent did something that I was not expecting her to do, because, this thing is supposed to set up Stealth Rocks, go for Toxic, and just pretty much stall the hell out of everything. And that's basically what it's made for. So he's gonna send out his last Pokemon, I believe. If it's not, excuse me. But he's gonna send out his Fespi Queen. He's gonna get 50% off of its full health because of Stealth Rocks. He's gonna go for Attack Order. It does a shit ton of damage, even though it's actually resisted. And not only that, but I also have above 300 defenses. And that's, at that point I did not figure out that his Vespa Queen was choice banded. I was just praying to God that it doesn't go for the heal order or something like that and gets his HP back, because that would probably just make me lose the game at some point. It would be just way too dangerous. But it looks like he's only going for the attacking move, which is Attack Order. I'm just basically stalling him off a little bit here with the Protect. This is why 50 Cent is very good. This is what 50 Cent was made for, actually. Basically stalling off his enemies and getting as much HP off as he possibly can with the Toxic and Protect combination, and getting those Earthquake whenever he can, and putting up Stealth Rocks. That's definitely the job of 50 Cent. But anyways, I'm gonna go for another Protect, which was my third time Protect. I get a 2 turns Protect, which was pretty lucky on my part, so I got a 50-50 chance right there. But right now I did in fact not get my third Protect, which is unfortunately, but hey, I was not expecting anything else. He goes for the attacking move again, Attack Orders, and he did not finish me off, so his Vespa Queen goes down, and that was an excellent job on 50 Cent's part. Now Tropius hereby is the biggest threat against my team, because this thing does in fact have the ability Harvest, which allows him to get his berries recycled and get them over and over again. As you will see right now, he goes for the Substitute as I make a switch into Grime, because I knew that he would go for the Substitute because he did it earlier, and I know he will probably just, after he goes for the Substitute, try to lead seed me, and that's exactly when I'm gonna take advantage of and set up my Substitute. I knew he would go for the lead seed, so we're in a very, very good position right now. He cannot lead seed me, and probably his only attacking move will be Air Slash. I believe that with a one single crunch, I am gonna be able to take out his Substitute, and in fact I do. So he's pretty much forced. I also get a critical hit, which in fact did not matter. His Substitute would go down nonetheless, and I do in fact go for a crunch. I think he missed his Air Slash right there. I missed what happened. I go for another crunch, and as you can see basically by the amount of damage that a crunch does, the Tropius does have a lot of defense. It's basically trained in defense, I believe, as much as I know. because Disruptus takes those crunches like a monster. So anyways, he's going to go for the air slash. He basically takes out my substitute, and I mean, I could go for another substitute, but I'm pretty sure he will go for an air slash. We are basically going offensive and thinking alike. As a lot of people say, two great minds think alike. Well, I'm kind of cocky right now, never mind. Anyways, I go for the crunch, and he goes for an air slash, and at this point, basically, he's getting the harvest, a Citrus Berry recycled, and I'm like, man, this is a never-ending battle. At some point, he will be able to take me out because I do not have any recovery move or anything that actually gives me more HP back other than leftovers. So I basically go for the me first here, takes his air slash, hit him in the face with that. It isn't a special attack move, but if you know how me first works, actually, it takes the opponent moves as long as you are the first one to attack, and it doubles the move that he took from the enemy in power, and then hits him in the face with that. So air slash, super effective ×2 right there. And he did a pretty nice, decent amount of damage. So right now he's basically going for the Leech Seed, trying to get me down with that. He could go for an air slash, but he's trying to get as much HP as he possibly can to face off the rest of my team, which are in fact in Monferno, and I believe I got one more left. I don't remember which one it was. I think it Wormadam, if it hasn't died so far. So basically what's happening here is I am going for the crunch, but he goes for the protect, and I did not expect that. I was actually thinking, what was his last move again? He never showed it until this point, and I was like, well, dude, you took me off guard. Like, this is the third time that he takes me off guard so easily, and that goes to show that I'm a little bit rusty, but still I managed to pull a very good match here. And as you can see, it's a 2v1 situation right here. I sent out my Monferno, which is my trump card. It is definitely gonna overhit that Tropius, hit him in the face, and basically conclude the match here, which is a victory for me at 2-0. Absolute beast match right there, guys. I thank you very much for watching. The link to Pyrotos, credits go to him for this amazing team, and you know, link to that other guy's channel, to my opponent's channel. I will leave it down in the description if I can find it. And other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys on my next video. Take care.